We're going to do the caterpillar next, and the caterpillar sits on the edge of a leaf here. I've drawn a shape, a leaf shape, with some centre veins, and this bit here is the caterpillar. And we're going to do the leaf in blanket stitch and the caterpillar in Pekinese stitch. So we're going to do the leaf first, and what you do is come up on the edge for blanket stitch and then go down into the middle. So on that start of the centre line there, bring your needle up just with the thread on the right hand side if you're right handed there. So you want to try and make it really close. So the next one goes down into the middle and up through the loop onto the edge. So always come up on the edge that you want the edge of your blanket stitch to be. So down into the middle and then up through the loop just next to that previous stitch. Down into the middle and up on the edge. Now I've drawn some lines and I want to try and make sure that I stick with them. So to get onto that line, I'm going to take one very, very close, almost on top of the previous stitch, and gradually start to angle round so that we get a nice angle here on these veins. So as a right hander, I'm stitching from left to right. I'll show left-handers shortly. And keep trying to angle it round. So down into the centre, up through the loop on the line. And you get this nice ridge on the edge. And as I reach the top here, I'm trying to angle it around even more. So go into almost the same hole in the middle. So that when you get to the point, you're almost vertical. So now I'm vertical and I can go into the fabric to anchor my stitch and finish off on the back, or if I've got thread left, I can do the other side. Now I want to show left-handers. If you're left-handed, you'll stitch from right to left, And so I would start on this edge here and then go down to the middle and come up just next to that thread there to get you started, and then down to the middle and up through the loop next to the previous thread. There we go. And then carry on. Into the middle and up through the loop on the line. Into the middle. Up through the loop. Now you can, if you like, stitch a centre vein down the centre in either split back stitch or stem stitch, but I actually quite like it as it is, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to show you now the caterpillar, which is done in the Pekinese stitch, and we're going to do Pekinese stitch on a practice hoop first. To work Pekinese stitch, you first need to do a row of back stitch. So instead of splitting the stitch, just go into the end like that. This works really well with two different colours. So that's what we're going to do. And you're trying to make your back stitch as even as you can. So let's put that to one side. And now I've got a tapestry needle, and I'm going to come up at the bottom of that line, and I'm using a tapestry needle so I can weave through. So I'm going to go up, missing the first one, and going up through the second one, and then going back through that loop and over my thread. So I'm working from left to right as a right-hander and pull through, and then I'm going to go up through that one, and down through that one and over. So up through the next one and down through that one, which was the one we took the thread through previously, and down, up through. So you're always going over your thread as you come back through. Up and down. Up and down. To finish off, just go down into the fabric like that. I'll show left-handers now. As a left-hander, you'll simply work from right to left, and so come up just below, miss one, and go under the next one. Keep the thread. Good idea not to pull it all the way through, and then over the thread as you come back through. So through that one, that one over the thread. Leave it there so you can see. And through. And over the thread. And that's left-handed. Now this is a little bit more tricky because we've got the leaf in the way, and I'm using the ready green variegated silk, the FS01, and you can see that I've tried to make the red bit at the start, so come up so that the red bit's at the start, so you get a nice contrast there. So I've already stitched my back stitch line in the middle of the caterpillar, so just in the middle, and I've come up here on the bottom of that line, and then I'm going to miss the first back stitch and go under the one after, and I'm using my tapestry needle and I'm trying not to pierce my green leaf. So go under that first one and then under the next one on top of your thread, just like we did. So then under the next one, and then on top of the thread as you come back through. So there he is, the caterpillar sitting on the edge of the leaf. I think we'll do something flying next, maybe a dragonfly.